ugly privilege. When you look like a piece of garbage in public and you know it, you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want.
Apparently, there's a battle going on between ugly and pretty people. I will never understand how a human being can regard themselves as ugly, call themselves ugly, and even add privilege to it, okay? This is from my point of view or my perspective. I think that ugly is supposed to be used for things, like clothes and arrangement, okay? Or maybe when someone has a stinking attitude, then you can say, you have such an ugly attitude. What you did here is so ugly. But for society to label someone as ugly, a human being as being ugly, it's one thing I will never get used to, or I think I have to get used to. Okay, now there's a battle between ugly and pretty privilege. Who is winning? Who is gonna win? Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're in a dystopian cultural space. I'm Becca, and today I want us to talk about ugly and pretty privilege. We all know that pretty privilege is something we've all gotten used to. Also, people go through a lot just to become pretty or get the privilege to be called a pretty person. There are countless fillers and boxes to prove all this theory that I'm talking about. Now, it looks like ugly people, they call themselves, are tired. They are sick of the pretty people, and they're like, we need to have ugly privilege too. Okay, because it looks like the pretty people have taken over and they are making the lives of the ugly people very hard in terms of going outside, the privileges that they get when they enter a place. The way that pretty people are being accepted is quite different from when person is conventionally not that pretty. Okay, so ugly people are saying that they have privileges too. Let's listen to this.
Okay, so you know how people talk about pretty privilege? Well, sometimes I feel like I almost have like an ugly privilege because I am on no men's radar. There are no men approaching me in public or sliding into my DMs. They leave me alone. It's like I'm invisible to them. It's great. I don't have to put up with any of the nonsense that much more attractive women are putting up with all the time. And it almost feels like a luxury that they don't have.
Okay, so apparently people that are labeling themselves as ugly are saying that they can go outside without the male gaze, literally. Okay, when you are very pretty or very beautiful, you enter a room and the male gaze is just on you. You have to comport yourself in a way that has to please the people in the room or in the society. You are expected to act in a certain way that will make them feel like this girl is acting pretty, just like her face. Okay, but if you're conventionally a normal person, normal looking or average looking person, you enter a place and you can do whatever you want without being expected to act in a way that society expects you to act. Okay, and that makes you a privileged person. Yeah, okay. Someone also saying that they can go outside at night around 1 a.m. and still walk comfortably to go and get gas at the filling station and come back home without any scratch or fear of being kidnapped, because nobody will want to kidnap an ugly person. Okay, everybody wants to kidnap a pretty person. Okay, they want to do the deed with a pretty person. Okay, so if you're not pretty, you get to be anything you want, go anywhere you want, and have the privilege of being an ugly person. This concept is quite very strange and wild. As much as it's true, I still wonder why anybody will label themselves as ugly. But I understand their perspective from where they are coming from. Whether you like it or not, society will put you in your place. Okay, if you're not that conventionally pretty, you are not that strikingly beautiful, society would definitely label you as average looking, an ugly person. So yeah, in some way I understand why they would defend their rights as standing up for the fact that they are ugly and they have privilege. Okay, so now the spotlight has been shared. We have ugly privilege and pretty privilege. Okay, we don't only have pretty privilege now, and it's been taking over the internet for quite some time now. And I'm thinking, is this okay? Like, are we okay? Society, like, is everything good? Are we supposed to have this pretty and ugly privileges? Can't it just be a normal person walking. Like, I don't need a label. Like, I am pretty, I am ugly, I'm in the middle, I'm whatever. Okay, can't I just be a normal person, do my own thing, and walk my way without having to think that I need some sort of pretty or ugly privilege? Okay, now the battle is serious because pretty people are doing extreme things to themselves to stay pretty, for people to call them pretty, and they have a lot they are doing. Okay, and ugly people, I think ugly people are more of on the normal side because they don't have anything to worry about. Okay, they don't have to do any cosmetic surgery, go and change their selves, their nose, their mouth. Okay, they are very good, they are okay with their natural state because at least they have the privilege to be called ugly. Okay, it's weird, but that's how it is now. Now in this part, I want us to delve more into this ugly privilege that people are talking about. I'm not saying that they go to the gas station without being kidnapped at 1 a.m, 12 a.m. They walk outside confidently. Okay, but I'm gonna debate that fact and say it is not factual. Okay, just because you got lucky and nothing happened to you, it has nothing to do with your looks. Okay, maybe your looks can take part in one or two ways. Okay, it's not coincidental, it can happen that maybe your looks favored you in some way, but you should know that average looking people get kidnapped every day, get killed every day. Okay, they are being molested, being maltreated, being treated in a way that is not nice every day. Okay, ugly, pretty, you are still a human being, you are still a woman, you're still a girl. Okay, so walking around at 1 a.m, 2 a.m and thinking, oh, I am ugly, I can walk anywhere I want at 12 a.m and not be kidnapped, is wrong. You get lucky, you can get lucky, nothing will happen to you, but don't just base it on the fact that you're ugly, that's why you are not being kidnapped or whatever. Okay, it is not factual. Please protect yourself and stop thinking this way, because it is not for everybody. Just because you were saved doesn't mean it is the actual thing. Because of your looks, that's why you're not kidnapped. Okay, and the male gaze, okay, some men really don't care. It's not all men that care about pretty people or someone that is overly pretty. Some just care about the fact that you are beautiful from the inside. Some care about the fact that you have a beautiful attitude, you have a knowledge about things that attract them. Okay, not all about the male gaze, it's not all about the attraction of the eye, the lust and all that nasty things. Okay, some men are actually decent, and it's not about your looks that they are looking out for. They look out for your attitude and how you are in general. Okay, my take on this is women are being assaulted each day in and out, whether the most beautiful, the most ugly, the most unhinged, whatever. Women are being harassed, being kidnapped. It is a woman thing. It has nothing to do with being pretty or ugly. Okay, nobody's ugly, nobody's pretty. We are all human beings. How you think is what makes you ugly. Okay, and picking society's view of beautiful or ugly is what is going to dictate the way that you move. Okay, so I want you to understand that we are a growing society. The next generation is going to come after the next generation, and they are going to come and meet the norms of the society. And if this is the perception that we are having, or what we think we need to teach our kids, our young girls, to think that being an ugly girl is safe out there, that is wrong. It is completely false. Okay, you can look average and still be kidnapped, still be assaulted, still be abandoned, still something. Okay, it's not the fact that you are beautiful that you get sexually harassed. Okay, you get harassed by men or kidnapped by men. This is something we need to take out of our minds and teach the younger generations the truth. Okay, that nobody's ugly or pretty. We are all human beings, and your actions dictate where you be classified, whether as beautiful or ugly, and not by your physical appearance. This is one thing people need to understand, and it will really help or benefit society as a whole. Okay, at the end of the day, I just want everybody to understand that you don't need to be labeled. Okay, You are not a thing. You are not an ornament. You are a human being, okay? The male gaze shouldn't be your concern. The female gaze shouldn't be your concern. Your concern should be how you view yourself, how you think you are, how important that you see yourself. That is the most important thing you should understand and work with yourself.
A specific type of pretty privilege that nobody talks about, and it's so wild to experience. I feel like I grew up ugly. I won't lie, like I did not feel pretty growing up at all, and now I finally feel pretty. Like I do feel like I like the way I look. And we are just strictly—
You don't need society to label you, okay? Whether ugly privilege, pretty privilege, you should be good with yourself, okay? Subscribe, join the family. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, ciao.